Alright, here is the video review for the highly anticipated, at least by me and I know several other people on my Twitter feed, after I posted pictures of this earlier today, of Ocular Max from Mastermind Creations, their IF-01 ERIS KULTUR. ERIS KULTUR. It is is the first line in their InifiniteFinity, the Dimensions Bridge line, which is kind of, it feels, at least spiritually, kind of like Make Toys Cross Dimensions, where it's just different ideas, concepts that aren't necessarily directly based on anything. They're just having fun with it, and it shows here in ERIS. And it is ERIS, like I said, ERIS KULTUR. ERIS is the character. The Kultur part of it comes from the fact that, like, the bio on the box specifically talks about ERIS, the robot here, who was experimented on by their version of Syaxis, their version of Jaxis, and she can alter her secret power, kind of like an outlier ability, is that she can alter her physical structure to mimic other people's combat modes. So she spent some time down at the gladiator pits, saw Tarn fighting or Kultur fighting, and modified her current body to mimic his abilities and forms. Now, whether that means, I don't know how much of that, if there are any repaints of her, will she be copying other characters? Obviously, that's part of her inherent ability. Will they all have to be tanks? That I don't know. I've seen MMC do some really nice remolds, but I mean, the way this is built, you could turn this into a single cannon tank. You could turn this into a couple other different vehicles fairly easily. So we'll see who, if anything, ERIS becomes in any future releases. But as it is, just an overall fantastic figure. One, this tank mode is fantastic. It's very, it kind of reminds me, like, just as a tank, it reminds me very much of the, and I know I'm going to get some groans here, of the Generations Galvatron we got as a deluxe. There's something just kind of about, there's just a feeling of that, and it may just be the purple and gray, I don't know. But it's really nice. It's got a rotating turret here. That's actually her waist swivel there. That is turret. And what's funny is these are her legs as the gun, or the arm cannon, but the whole turret is her legs, and then her whole upper body is this. You can see the arms here and the shoulder pads here, and it makes for a silly bit in the middle of transformation. But a really nice tank, rolls nicely, and what's nice is these treads, you can see they move very freely. They are working treads, and they are not rubber. They are, in fact, individually pinned together or clipped together, however they're attached, but individual hard plastic pieces, and they roll really well, and it just kind of makes a smooth, like when you roll them around, it makes it kind of a smooth tank noise, kind of a, I don't know how well it's picking that up, but really smooth rolling, and a lot of fun, and it's really nice that these are functional here in vehicle mode, and not rubber, so there's less worry that they will eventually degrade or decompose or fall off. But yeah, fantastic little tank mode here, and really enjoying it. Included in the box, you get a tech spec decoder, bio card. Again, there's her bio as a bot with an outlier ability that the mad scientist Syaxis experimented on. Took her ability to mimic any combatant and enhanced it. Her outlier ability can now transmogrify her exoskeleton, along with giving her the same skill set of any combatant. Since she's a fan of the strong gladiators in the battle pits, she's often seen mimicking a pit champion's skills and body types while conducting secret assassination missions for Syaxis as his top agent. So that gives a great reason for a lot of cool repaints. They decided to do it. You get the instruction manual, which is a small little square fold-out manual, two-sided. And what's also really nice is it comes with just this little book on ERIS, and it's just kind of a conceptual, from concept to toy kind of log. Like there's some, you got on the first page, you've got some design sketches here. Some various ways that she could have looked like. I mean, there's some different turrets. You know, maybe those turrets will come back. That type of gun will come back on a future release. Who knows? With a different cannon here on her arm, different kneecaps, but different face mask up here. And then some rough prototypes, CGI sculpts. And again, here we're going with a different, you see a very clearly different canon here on some of these early designs. To the physical prototypes, to the transformation, I don't know if transformation has a physical prototype. Here, again, down here, here's another potential. Here's more of what we got. Here's another potential tank configuration with different shells here on over the treads and an entirely different turret configuration. So who knows? Like this, there could be some really cool stuff coming out of here. Then a whole like mid-page spread of Ian Reed's photography here. Just some photos, and then some actual concept art for the art by Chogo King for the box art, and then so the credits and some more photography there on the back. But a nice little booklet of the whole process of bringing her to life, which is really cool. And really neat and really fun. And like I said, this is more of kind of what I'm expecting from Mastermind or Studio Ox, whatever they're doing at this point. This is very Pexis in feel, like the Optus Pexis. It has that same kind of novelty of it, like really well designed, like a lot of functionality and posability with some really neat stuff going on in the transformation. And that was kind of one of my complaints in the Stellaris Prominion video, that it felt it's really cool. It's very impressive. I actually do have him fixed and standing with a modified little swap of those hinges. But speaking of, one of the things that came with my ERIS was this little kit with the new springs and the silicone loop rings to fix Stellaris Promenon, and that is going to be, or Prominion, however you say it, is going to be the next video I shoot. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do a tutorial video on how to replace those kits, and I'll even go over a little bit of what I did to fix it. So if you don't get, for any reason, if you don't get the physical kit, or if you pass for now and then your Prominion has problems down the line, there's a couple different ways you can fix it, but we'll show that installation in another video coming soon, probably later this week. But yeah, so to transform her, we're just going to go ahead and kind of lift this up and fold the cannon, rotate the cannons down just a little bit to get them out of the way here, and pop the legs off of there. And then this piece, you can pop these off. These are just pegged on, but this is just going to fold under like that, and then you rotate the guns around like that, and then that's going to peg onto her arm, but that's going to be her arm cannon right here like this. Double cannon. We'll set that off to the side. And like I said, these are her legs. So in the way they transform, these are her feet, curl up and tuck into the back of her upper thigh. But I bring this up, bring the toe out, untab it from there, lift it up a little bit, untab from here, bring that up, and then kind of rotate that back in, angle the foot in, bring the toe up and around, and you kind of bring the ankle down. You'll figure out, just to get it in like a rough position, you'll figure out exactly where all this stuff needs to go to support her properly when you get to robot mode. But you can see there's a leg kind of coming out the top, and we'll do the same thing over here. Rotate this around. This black piece is tabbed in. You can see there's a peg right here that goes into a hole here on the turret, or on the upper thigh, I guess. Rotate that around. These little gold pieces will kind of rotate out. Angle the calf back, and then bring the toe up and around. Bring it down, and you can see where these mat pieces, you just have just a thigh swivel just above the knee, but you can see where those pieces line up. And so you can see now she's got her whole waist sticking out the top of the tank. And the legs come down like that. You can rotate those back up. And once those are extended, there's the hollow gap here where those hinges sat, but there is, you may need to turn it a little bit to get it started, but there's a little panel here that, there you go, that rotates around to fill that in robot mode, so she's not just sitting there with a big gap in the inside of her leg. You don't have to fold them out, but it is there. And there's a little bit of a ridge you can catch, but again, if you're having trouble, try rotating the leg away from that piece, and it should pop loose, and you can slide it all the way around. And there are her legs, sticking straight out. So if you want to have like a gear tank mode here, you can do that. Yeah, see, this is like, get her feet down and then kind of push her heels down so they support her from falling backwards. She's actually pretty stable even with the big backpack treads Granted, probably not so much like this, when she's got so much this way hanging off straight back. But yeah, you'll get an idea. And then the legs have all that movement, so you'll find a good solid position for her to stand in. Up here, we're going to go ahead and these treads right here, we're going to kind of unpeg them from there, and you can lift these up like this. There's a peg right here that tabs into the back of the tread. So when you're folding down, that's easy to miss, but make sure that locks together, and that'll keep everything straight and solid in tank mode. And then up here, we'll go ahead and pull this panel down. Our mask came off already because it tucks away under there. We'll put that back on her face. There we go. And then kind of lift this panel up like that. Don't fold them all the way up yet, but get them like that. And then the arms come around, kind of fold them down at the shoulders there like that. Get them out of the way. Turn her head around like that. Then you can go ahead and fold the chest piece up and shoot her mask off. Her mask does come off. We'll deal with that later. That's probably, if I had one complaint about this, is that it's very easy to pop the faceplate off. She's got a face under there, but while you're transforming it. So bring that down, bring the arms up. These come up, rotate around like this, and then you don't want to tab them in, but they're going to slot up into here later on. But for right now, just kind of lift these up and rotate them around so they're going to angle in this way. So this slot goes onto this tab right here. You go ahead and bring her waist down like that. These should stay plugged in for the time being. These little tabs here, that's what locks this in place and lets her turret swivel, because this is the turret swivel right here, but rotate it around so these pink bits are in the front. Now you can leave that locked in because she still has this upper waist swivel here, but that's mostly for the turret swivel. For robot mode swivel, you want to untab these pegs. I can get my thumb in there. There we go. And fold them around back down at the waist like that. And that lets that whole central column rotate. And then gives her the ab crunch there. I mean, it doesn't give her the ab crunch, but it lets this whole, gives her the lower ab crunch. It unlocks everything and gives you some more posability in there. And keeps that whole center column rotating together. There's just enough tension there. You can put it out of alignment, but there's just enough tension there that this whole thing will rotate together. But if you need to, you can rotate that again. Outside of there, you can kind of see how she's coming together here now. Bring this up here. So yeah, once this is down, you can bring the arms down. Bring these out to the side, but bring the arms down so there's the hinge there, and you can bring the backpack up. This will tend to fold dual hinges up like that for tank mode, but fold it all the way down. So that covers the hidden hinges there, and then you can go ahead and kind of take these, get the arms out of the way, and take these up and tab them into place on the back here, like that, and like that. And then these panels right here open up to give her some little detail there, and then you rotate that around, and you just kind of come up on her back like that. Rotate that to get the detail, rotate that down. And these can rotate to the side. There's a lot of different, you got a lot of different options. There's a lot of hinges in those to get those in or out of the way, depending on how you see fit. Now these shoulders can lift up, rotate around so that raises her shoulders up. So the treads come up there. And then open up the arm piece, bring the black piece down and around, and then this will fold back around and tab in right there. There's a little tab up here on the top of this hinge that goes into this slot here on the forearm. And rotate that around, and then her fingers are all, again, like Pex is super hingy and posable. Although be careful, because I did earlier manage to, they're on hinges. They can spread wide too, and they're on this. You can see the cut here in her hand. The palm plate can come off, and I think it was this hand. I popped the palm plate off, and fingers went everywhere. And I got it back together, but just be careful. And again, here's a good chance where you'll figure out exactly where to put these feet and heels to support her. And again, same over here on this arm. Bring it down, close it up, bring it around, position the hand however you want. Bring the thumb up. The thumb's on a ball joint at the hand, and then hinged everywhere else. So you got, like I said, a lot of posability in these fingers. They can spread out. It's really crazy. And then you can take this, plug it onto our arm. You can plug it onto either arm, but canonically, I guess in a lot of the instructions, this is where it goes. And there is ERIS in KULTUR mode, in robot mode. Like I said, she has the Tarn faceplate, but you can pull that off, and she's got cool little eyes. She's got some little extra eyes up there on top. And a neat little face. And then you put the faceplate back on. But again, like Pexis, like a lot of their stuff these days, super posable. It follows that same kind of aesthetic. You've got, like I said, you've got the ball joint at the head. It's got a lot of range of motion. You can bring it forward for different poses. It can look up. It can look down. All that. You got the rotational joints here, and the shoulders can come up, can come down, rotate around like this. There's a little bit of a crunch there on that column. Get those out of the way. Biceps swivel. The treads still spin freely. The arms can still move around those treads. You saw all the fingers, the ball joint at the wrist, the kind of ab crunch here. It's not a full ab crunch, but actually it's more than I thought. So the center of that column rotates too. So just a lot of movement there. Again, these treads you can fold, if you don't want them hanging down, you can fold them down. You can stick them up. You could have them come up over her shoulders like other cannons, maybe even plug in something into there. You can kind of collapse them down like that. However you want. There's a lot of play in those as well. Although you may not have seen them come up over her shoulders, but may have brought her too close to the camera there. But yeah, there we go. Get that crunch back up. Waist swivel, and again, kind of a ball joint there. She can wiggle around like that. You got the thigh swivel, the hinge knees, a swivel there as well. A swivel there right just above the knee, the bendable hip. You got a lower shin that can bend in and out, an ankle that can also bend in and out, and all that posability in the toes. Just a lot of range of movement here on ERIS. A lovely figure. I know some people, it's sold out very fast on Planet Steel Express. It's a Planet Steel Express exclusive. I feel like this did well enough that a lot of the repaints will probably be more widely available. And there will be more of her, I think, next year at this point. But I mean, there's more of her planned to be coming. So, like, if you missed out on the restock that happened this past weekend, you haven't missed out forever. There are still going to be chances to get her, as well as I know they're talking repaints. I don't know what all they're going to be. But clearly she's designed, her bio is designed to allow for some different combinations and playability, and I'm sure she's going to scan some other people before all is said and done, or take on the modes of other people before it's all over. But really lovely figure. I've got her sitting a little crooked there. I'll have to fix that. But super posable, and again, since I mentioned Pexis, there she is with Pexis. About the same height at the top of the head. From some angles, she feels like maybe a smidge shorter, but here she looks like maybe she's a smidge taller. I may have done something different with the legs this time around. Obviously taller with the backpack and everything. And looking at this, well, I guess you can stay taller. It's okay. You don't have to lean backward to feel shorter. But just a really fantastic figure. I hope everyone who really wanted one got one. Kind of came out of nowhere and sold out very quickly. Like, I even missed out the first time. Like, I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, pre-orders are going up tomorrow? Okay, well, I get a paycheck in a week. I'll pre-order it when I get my paycheck. And it sold out in like a day. So, a lot of demand for it. And also, granted, I don't know how big the run was. But really cool, really fun. Definitely one to check out if you have any interest in it. Looking forward to seeing what else they do, both in this line and with this mold. The MMC always does some repaints and such, so I'm curious to see what else we're going to get out of this, as well as the InifiniteFinity line in general, because I feel like that's a fun place to play in. I enjoyed all the kind of alternate dimension stuff Make Toys was doing, and I'm really curious, especially to see what MMC puts out. So thanks for watching. Check this out if you get the opportunity. And I'm going to shoot that how to fix your Stellaris legs in just a moment. But thanks for watching. Hope you all are having a good day, a good week. Mine's been a little rough, but I'm getting by. So, I mean, nothing bad. Everybody's okay. Everybody's healthy. Just had to do some car maintenance that was due. And it's just been, anyway. Hope you all are great. Hope you all are having a good time. Enjoy robots. Enjoy cartoons. Enjoy role-playing. Enjoy D&D. Enjoy whatever you enjoy doing. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with me.